What is going on, guys? Back with another Wizards video. Now, yesterday the Wizards lost to the Philadelphia 76ers 146-128. No, I'm not upset about the loss. We know this. We've gone through this already. We know what we're looking for, right? Quick thoughts about the game. They pretty much gave up 50. It was 48. He ended with 48, but that's because he didn't play in the fourth. They pretty much gave up a 50-point burger to Joel Embiid, which is not a surprise. Joel Embiid always crushes the Wizards. And on top of the Wizards having the worst center rotation in the NBA, it's not a shock that they gave up 48 points to Joel Embiid, and he could have had a triple-double if he really wanted to. But it's not a surprise that Joel Embiid dominated this team. They don't have any centers. The rotation is awful. It's terrible. It wasn't... In the third quarter, they were able to keep it respectable, I guess I could say. At one point, they got the lead down to 12, but once again, they can't defend. They struggle to defend. Kyle Kuzma had 28 points. Diddy had 16 points. I appreciate Diddy continuing to be aggressive. That's, like I said, I don't care about the scoreboard, the result of the scoreboard. I don't care. We're going to lose. We're going to lose a lot. We're going to lose a lot. But when I look at guys like Diddy and see his aggressiveness and 5 rebounds and 6 assists and 5 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, I love his aggressiveness and how aggressive he's been playing. Jordan Poole didn't have a terrible game. He had 23 points, 8 for 15 shooting. Bilal, he had 10 points off the bench. Ryan Rollins is a guy that a lot of Wizards fans are becoming more interested in seeing, and hoping that he cracks more of the rotation. Because you got guys like DeLon Wright playing, and Wizards fans are really interested in seeing that. They want to see some of the younger guys. Obviously your Johnny Davises, and now Ryan Rollins. At first it was Eugene Amarui. Now it's Ryan Rollins that people want to see more of. And I want to see more of him too. I think he's been solid from the small playing time that he's gotten. That's the thing, small playing time. We want to see more of it. So hopefully he cracks more of the rotation. But, what happened with the Sixers is expected. The Sixers are a really good defensive team. They're a really good offensive team. And the Wizards roster is not good enough to compete with them. The 76ers just have an extremely more talented roster. But looking at, I just want to talk about really the defense. It's awful, man. The defense is terrible. Wes is not a defensive coach. I remember, when he was originally hired, that's what I thought. I thought he was a defensive coach, etc. But this is the first year the Wizards' defense has been awful. It's not. The Wizards' defense has always been awful in the West. Always. Even when the Wizards were trying to win games, the defense wasn't good. It played good in spurts, but it was never really a good defense. So the question, comes down to, is it the players? Is it just the roster not being capable of trying to this roster will never be a top 10 defensive unit. They just don't have the personnel for it. We all know that. We all understand that. I'm not asking for this defense to turn into an elite unit or even a top above average unit. I'm not asking that. It's just sometimes it just doesn't even look like they're trying. And it's like, it makes you wonder, like, what is Wes teaching these guys? Obviously, it's a mix of both. It's not all the players. It's not all Wes. It's a mix of both. But it's like Will Dawkins said that Wes Unseld Jr. was a development coach. But I feel like a lot of Wizards fans aren't really seeing any development. They aren't seeing any development on any phase. Whether you talk about the young players, whether you talk about the team as a whole, developing as the season goes on. It's the same product. It's the same thing every single season. every single game. I apologize. But I get it. It's a rebuild. And I don't have an issue with them losing games. I'm looking at college prospects. Alex Sarr, Ron Holland. I'm looking at college prospects already, which is what you guys should be doing. So, I'm not mad that they're losing games. It's just, dang, y'all got to give up 120 plus points every single game? Only game they haven't done that is the one game they won against the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Memphis Grizzlies is just about as bad as the Wizards, apparently, going off their record. I mean, so it's just Wes Unseld Jr. doesn't inspire much hope within the fan base at all. See, I get it. It's a rebuild, right? But if I'm Wes Unseld Jr., I'm coaching like my job is on the line here. It just, and I get it. I don't know. I'm not a coach. I can't name 20,000 plays. I don't do the film rooms, and I've never claimed to be that. So, I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I just go off of what I see. And what I see is a team that has continuously, year after year, struggled defensively, has never really given a concerted, true, real effort defensively. We may have certain players who excel defensively or play good defense, but as a whole, as a team, I've never really heard myself, a Wizards fan, say, oh yeah, we top tier defensively, etc., outside of like the very first 15 games a couple years ago or whatnot. So it just feels like Wes is out there going through the motions. And I'm like, isn't his job, I get it, he's good for this year, but isn't his job kind of on the line for the seasons of the future of this rebuild? You still want to show something. It's like the players still want to show something, whether it's to be traded or to eventually get an extension. You want to show some type of growth or some type of something that the fans can hang their hat on when they talk about you. The team may not be losing, but Denny's looking aggressive. Denny's playing more aggressive offensively. When we talk about Wes Unseld Jr., we don't say anything positive. It's the Wizards are losing, but these guys are playing under Wes, or they're playing hard, or he's putting them in the right positions to win games. And yeah, the roster's flawed. The roster's not the best. But it's it just feels a lot of times like the guys aren't even trying. They're just out there running around. They're just legitimately out there running around. I don't care about the insider film room plays. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I'm going off of what I see on the court, and it's not good. I just wish there was a little bit more defensive effort, I guess. And it's not all on Wes. I'm not saying it's all Wes' fault because the players got to play. But we got to get rid of this Jordan Poole, Tyus Jones backcourt, number one. We got to get rid of it. We got to move on from it. We got to adjust. It's time to start fickling with the rotations. It's time to start messing around with the rotations, to start lineups, switching here, throwing stuff at the wall, and seeing what sticks, or what sticks the longest, I should say. So, because like I said, the roster's flawed. The roster ain't perfect. It's a bad roster. So, it's only with so much you can do. But let's try, So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Of course, if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. And that's all I got for you guys on this one. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Until next time, guys, peace.